Hello everybody, it's Simsalee here and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. It has been about 3 months, I believe, since I last uploaded a video to this channel, and there is multiple and many reasons for that. Of course, I have this entire video to get into all the nitty-gritty details and just yap a lot, but before I get into that, I did want to say thank you so much if you came from my first episode of the Save File Diaries. I did notice that over the last few months that has gotten, I think, close to 800-900 views, which is small in the grand scheme of things, but to me as a new account and a new creator in the Sims community specifically, that is huge. I've gained nearly all my subscribers from that video, so if you've stuck around since then, seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also feel extremely bad for the fact that that video did kind of blow up and get a little bit of attention, and then I just stopped creating content. But I promise after this video, my hiatus that I wasn't planning on will make a lot more sense, because life really did show up and show out and throw multiple bricks my way and in my face. So yeah, I have a lot to get into, I have a lot to yap about, so make sure you grab some water, grab a snack, sit back and relax, and we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and before we get into it, one last thing. If you have not already hit that subscribe button, make sure to do so and click on the bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads. To start filling you in on all of my lore over the last few months, we do have to rewind all the way back to September of 2025. And funny enough, I'm taking a look at YouTube Studio as I'm speaking and recording this, and my last upload on this channel was on September 11th of 2025, which is actually crazy for me to think about and look back on, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember uploading that video at that time. I remember uploading the video, but I didn't think it was at that time, because at that time, I was dealing with a lot of chaos and I was in the middle of a mess. So let's get into it. Also, of course, I don't have to share my entire personal life online with you guys, but I can share the base level of what happened, and I did talk about it on my Twitch streams and everything like that when I got back into streaming just last week, I think it was. But it's mainly out of respect for myself, people involved, family, anything like that, just to keep the nitty-gritty offline. So back in September, I decided that it was finally time for me to leave my marriage. That may sound absolutely insane. You guys might be like, wait, you were married? What? Yeah, unless you are from my old ASMR community or my Twitch streams, you probably did not know that I was married. Also, to put it into perspective, I am in my early 20s. I am only 22 years old. And I was married for the last 2 years. I decided to get a divorce and leave my marriage just a week or two shy of what would have been our 2-year wedding anniversary. I also know, of course, that age doesn't matter when it comes to marriage. You can get married young, you can get married when you're in your 30s, 40s, or you can get married when you're really old. But I do know a lot of older people, it seems, will judge and be like, well, you shouldn't have gotten married young. What were you thinking? Of course it was gonna end in divorce. No, sweetie. I was planning to be in this marriage for the rest of my life. I was very, very confident that I was going to be with this man forever. Without putting the specific exact reason of why I left my marriage out there on the internet, I can tell you that the reason it was happening and the divorce was brought up and was followed through with was because there was a problem that was occurring in our relationship that he was doing throughout the whole 4 years that we were together, dating and married, and it was brought to his attention multiple times. I told him hey, I'm upset, I'm hurt. I vocalized my feelings, and it was never fixed. It was never worked on. It never got better. It actually got worse. It got worse, funny enough, after we were married, which is crazy because you think it would have gotten better once we got married, but it didn't. It did not. It actually got worse. Also, you can probably tell from the way I'm talking that this divorce was not a mutual thing. I wanted to get a divorce. My ex-husband did not want to get a divorce. This issue that he had and that caused a problem in our relationship, he did not want to work on, in a sense. Like, he did not see a problem with the problem. And again, I'm not going to say what the problem was. You might even be able to draw your own conclusions on what the problem was, but I'm not going to get into that detail specifically. But like, we could not agree on it. I was like, hey, this is what is wrong. And he's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. But I promise you, I've talked to more than 10, 20 people, more people than I can count, of the actual nitty-gritty and like the actual reason of why I was getting a divorce. And everybody has told me, oh, I would also leave. I would also leave my marriage. I would even leave my relationship from the get-go. Like, a lot of people told me if I was dating them and I found out about this, I would have left the first time. Like, no other chances, I would have left the first time. And yes, you could say, hey, Emily, why did you stick around and date him for 2 years? And then why did you decide to get married for another 2 years when you knew this was an issue? Trust me, I know. I'm looking back on myself like, Emily, what were you thinking? What were you doing? But I was hoping that the problem would one day be fixed and that like our love and like my relationship and all of that would be more important than what the problem was, if that makes sense. Obviously, it wasn't, and we were never gonna come to an agreement on this. I honestly had a gut feeling for like a very long time that like we weren't gonna see eye to eye on it and we weren't gonna come to an agreement on it because we never had come to an agreement on it. So it's just one of those things where I ended up getting to my breaking point with what the problem was back in actually August. It was like beginning of August, end of July is when like I got to like my breaking point, but I held out for a few more weeks. Like, I didn't really like talk about it or bring it up with him because I was like sitting and thinking. I was like, am I really about to leave my marriage? Like, am I really about to get a divorce at the age of 22? Like, is this what I'm doing? So between like my last straw and like, hey, get out of the house, we are getting a divorce kind of thing, I did take a few weeks to really sit back and be like, is this the right move? Is this what we're doing? And I'm happy I did, because I learned so much in just those few weeks about myself. I did not only sit with my own thoughts in that period, but I also talked to a very close friend of mine, actually 2 close friends of mine, about the situation and what was happening, and finally like brought it to their attention. Like, hey, this has been going on for like our entire relationship and I can't do it anymore. And I did talk to those 2 very close people in my life, and it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. It showed me a lot. It showed me like an outside perspective almost of like someone who like wasn't involved. And I really needed that. Nobody told me to leave him. Nobody told me to stay with him. Like, nobody told me what to do, but really seeing my situation from like an outside, not involved point of view was really eye-opening and helped me get to the decision I made. Another person who really helped me finally cut like the strings and like go through with getting a divorce was my mother. And she was more of a help in this situation than I ever thought she would be. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she would be like the least helpful person in this situation because, like, you know, it's your mom, it's your family, but she was the most helpful, and I'm so thankful that I had her through this entire process. There was one thing that my mother told me when I was finally like, hey, I'm leaving this marriage. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like the day before I sat down with my ex-husband and was like, hey, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And I wanted to share it with you just because it has stuck with me since this moment. Like, what she told me, the advice she gave me, I hope it'll help somebody who is watching or listening to this video, because it truly changed my mindset and my perspective on things. And I'm pretty sure it's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. That's like how important and impactful it was to me. But what she told me was, even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable, if it's anxiety inducing, if it's new and you're like, I'm horrified, I'm terrified, doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. Let me say that again. I'll run it back for you. Even if it's scary, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, even if it's messy, if it's ugly, if it's icky, just because it feels uncomfortable does not mean you are making the wrong decision. Being someone who has suffered from anxiety for a good portion of her life and has been like scared to do things or try new things, and as someone who is very, very bad with change, I've been bad with change since I was very little, and I still am bad with change. This truly changed my mindset, like on a chemical level. What my mom told me and what I just told you, just because it's scary, uncomfortable, whatever, doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. Changed my life. And I know you're probably like, Emily, what do you mean just this one phrase changed your life? It changed my life. Like what my mother said almost chipped away at that like fear and anxiety that like has held me back for so many years and for so long and for like a good portion of my life. It finally has been like chipped away at. Of course, not all the way. Like I'm still scared of things. I'm still anxious here and there, but not nearly as much. I'm like, Emily, you can do hard things, girl, and you will survive hard things. You can get through hard things, and you can do it scared too, because I went through with this divorce scared. Like, yes, I wanted to leave, and like I knew I needed to leave, but that doesn't mean I wasn't scared. Oh my gosh, I was horrified. I was like, my life's gonna end. I was like, what's on the other side? Like, is the grass greener? I was petrified, but I knew I made the right decision. I knew I was making the right decision from the get-go. And I didn't think I was gonna come out on the other side of this as mentally clear as I am, if that makes sense. I have like a whole new level of mental maturity and clarity than I did like just a few weeks before I left my marriage. Like just in that like few week span of like, hey, I was at my last straw and hey, I'm leaving. I grew so much maturity wise and just thinking clearer wise. Like I think my frontal lobe was forced to develop and mature right then and there with this situation. And if you're wondering how I'm doing now, a few months later after going through a divorce, I have never felt better. And holy moly, yes, the grass is greener on the other side of when you leave an unhealthy, toxic, and not good relationship. Holy moly. It is eye-opening, and I have never felt more me. I have never felt more happy. I've never felt better. And it's crazy because I've had so many people tell me since like the day I decided to get a divorce and like he moved out of the house and everything. I had so many people tell me, Emily, you are glowing and like you look happy. And I had so many people also tell me like, hey, I haven't seen you happy in like years. Like you were so unhappy and I had no clue. Like nobody was telling me like, hey, you look miserable and unhappy all of the time. But after leaving the relationship, everybody told me we have our Emily back. Like that's our Emily. That's the Emily we knew. And she's back. And that's crazy. Because it really was like I was in this relationship and I was so miserable, so sad, so unhappy, and so not me for the longest time that I lost myself in that relationship. Like I lost myself in the love that wasn't even good for me. And I had no idea until I was out of it that it was that bad. So now you know the first reason of why I haven't uploaded in a few months, because I left my marriage and got a divorce. Jumping into my next reason of why I've been gone is actually funny that it takes place exactly a month after my marriage was over. So we legally were not together anymore as of September 12th. And a month later, literally exactly a month later, on October 12th, I had another brick thrown in my face and life really took me down a second time, exactly a month later. My grandmother, that I actually have spoken about in the first Save File Diaries episode, so if you haven't watched that, make sure you go back and watch that now before you're watching this or before you continue watching this. But my grandmother that I mentioned in that video, my Nana, that is my dad's mother. She literally, my best friend. Of course, you got a little glimpse into like our relationship in that first episode, but she was literally my lifeline, my best friend, my ride or die. Like, I was not closer to anybody else on this planet, and I'm still not closer to anybody else on this planet than her. On October 12th, a month after I left my marriage, my Nana, my grandmother, passed away peacefully in her sleep at the age of 92. And my whole world stopped for a moment there. And yes, I'm laughing, and you're probably like, oh my goodness, Emily, like, death is not something to laugh about. I laugh to cope. I have been surrounded by a lot of death in my life, and so a little bit of laughter to cope doesn't really bother me. I know a lot of other people who also cope by laughing. Everybody grieves differently, so just never judge anybody if they're acting different, or if it's like, hey, you shouldn't be laughing about that, or like, hey, that was a really dark joke. People cope in different ways, and people grieve in different ways, and people grieve for different periods of time. People grieve their entire lives. I've been surrounded by death a lot in my life because I lost my father when I was only 11 years old. So yeah, like, I cope by laughing and joking. So just know that's normal. I'm okay, I promise. It's just, that's my way of mustering through and getting through, and it just makes everything a little bit better. But yeah, my grandmother, my Nana, she passed away back in October, and funny enough, I've always said my entire life that her death and like her passing was going to rock my entire world. I was gonna fall apart. I was gonna be a mess. Like, my world was gonna end when she passed. Like, I was not gonna be okay. I was gonna be like non-functioning. Like, that was my mindset my entire life. And funny enough, that didn't happen. The complete opposite actually happened when she passed away. To keep things short and sweet, just because I could talk about my Nana's situation for like ages and never shut up about it. So to keep it short and sweet, basically, I was very calm when she passed. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I physically felt like this like aura of calm enveloping my body, like surrounding my body and hugging me the first like few days that she was no longer with us. And it was such an odd sensation that I cannot describe. But like, I felt like I was like wrapped up all neat and tight in this bubble of calm and peace. And that is the last thing I was expecting to feel or experience when she passed away. And I think the reason I felt this sense of like relief almost when she passed away, which might sound really messed up to say, and trust me, I felt messed up feeling it, is because I took care of my non for years before she passed away. I also took care of my other grandma as well. She's still alive, but like, I took care of both of them, tag teaming, taking care of them with my mom all through high school and all through my adulthood so far. My Nana, after my dad died back in 2015, my Nana was never the same. That's her son who passed away, my father. And we've been kind of taking care of my non ever since my dad passed away. And it was mentally exhausting. It was physically exhausting. It was the most draining thing I have ever done in my entire life. And I think that sense of calm and peace and relief comes from the fact of like, hey, for the first time in like a decade, she's okay. Like, she's at rest. Her mind's at peace. No more worrying, no more panicking and like being like, oh my gosh, when's the next hospital trip? When is like the next time like something's gonna go wrong with her? Because this last year she's been in the hospital multiple times before passing away. And it's just, I think it's that sense of like, holy moly, there's no more. Like, it's finally at an end. Like, we are at the end of the line and she is at peace. I truly felt like I could breathe for the first time in a very long time when she passed. And again, I feel so guilty saying that. I feel like I'm kind of a bad person for saying that, but it's the truth. I felt relief and I felt calm and I felt just like a breath of fresh air for the first time in so long. And I know my non would not want me to sit here and sulk and to be sad for the rest of my life over the fact that like she finally passed away. Like, I knew that would come one day. We all are gonna pass away one day. And I hate saying that. I do have a little bit of a fear of death, but I knew this was coming and I knew it was probably coming soon, especially after all like the hospital trips and everything this last year. It was an exhausting year to say the least. But I do think of her in every single thing I do. Even before she passed away, I have thought of her in every single decision I've made. I even think about my dad who has passed on, her son, in every decision I make. Even looking back on like this divorce thing that I've gone through the last few months, I've thought about both my non and my father. And I know both of them, again, would not want me to sit here and be sad. They would want me to go and live and to experience and just be a human and do fun things and try new things and see new things and not sit in the house and be sad that they are not with me physically anymore. Yes, of course, I want to go and do and live for me and make me proud and make me happy, but they are a huge motivating factor in me. I'm not kidding when I say these two people, my dad and my non, are engraved and etched through every part and fiber of my being. Those two people, especially my nana, are the reason that I am the way I am and I am the person that I am today. Like, my nana played such a big part in making me into Emily and my personality and just my morals and beliefs and all of those kind of things. They are my roots and they always will be, and I will never forget that and forget who they made me and what they taught me and where I am now because of them. And I will always talk about them. I will tell the world about them. I will tell my kids about them. And I love them so much. So basically, that's where I've been the last few months, and that's kind of where life has taken me. I've gone through a divorce. I've lost one of the most important people in my entire life, and I just needed a minute. I needed a second to process all of that, deal with all of that, handle things, and now I'm finally able to get back into the swing of things, especially like new year, let's start fresh, and I'm finally in the mental space to be able to step back into my hobbies and just get back into the swing of things. And it feels good. I feel good. I feel good physically. I feel good mentally. I've honestly never felt mentally better. I've never felt physically better. I am actually in a very amazing relationship as I am filming this with a very sweet and kind and loving man who I love with my entire heart. He is awesome, and he is the complete opposite of my ex-husband, which is crazy, and it's very eye-opening being in a healthy relationship for the first time in probably ever. And it does feel a little uncomfortable because it's like, oh, wait, this is healthy. But it is so, so nice. And I am so, so happy. And I'm very thankful for where I'm at and the people in my life today. And also, while I'm on the topic of my boyfriend, he actually is probably going to be popping into some of my streams here and there, whether that be here on YouTube or on Twitch, and whether you see him like through a face cam or just hear his voice, you might hear about him a lot. He's probably going to drop in and you'll see him sometimes, so just know if you're like, hey, who's this random guy? That's my boyfriend. I love him to death. We've actually known each other for quite a few years. Like, we've been friends for a while, a long time, and we're actually really good friends. And then we found each other once I was no longer in my marriage and I was finally healed, and out of that we kind of found each other and reconnected, and oh, he's just so perfect. I love him. But before I stop yapping for this video, I should probably tell you what I'm even doing in this video, because I'm pretty sure I haven't discussed that at all yet, and you're probably like, Emily, I know you're talking, but like, what the heck am I watching? So let me give you a little bit of an idea so you're not as confused. So of course, you already know that this is episode 2 of my Save File Diaries, where I'm making a forever save file, and it's basically like a world that I'm gonna do like rotational gameplay in and play for like a very long period of time, if not forever. And in that first episode, we were working on our Willow Creek layout, putting down a bunch of different lots, and no, we haven't put any like families, sims, like anything like that into it yet, but I did want to put down one more lot, and that is the lot that we are working on in this video specifically. This is one of the few rental lots that is in this Willow Creek layout, and this one specifically is a duplex, so that means there's only 2 of them, and they're both side by side. There's like little outdoor areas in the back that are like shared, but then you also have your own private backyard. Yes, I am renovating this lot, but no, I did not build this lot, and if you would like to find this lot, you can find it on the gallery. I will put the name of the creator and like the title of the lot down in the description below. But basically, I'm making both of these units look the exact same, and I'm trying to keep everything to a minimum that I'm putting in them, where it's like, hey, like nobody lives here right now, but then like once Sims move in, then like I'll add all of their belongings and like all their things to it. But right now it's just like the base things that would come with an apartment, whereas like, hey, if you moved into a house, it has a kitchen setup, it has a bathroom, it has probably like maybe a fireplace, like a heater. We're just putting the essentials down here, and then of course whenever we have Sims living here, we will move in like all of their items, all of their things, but right now we're just doing the base renovations so they are able to be moved into. And the reason I'm making this renovation its own video is because the first sim that we are going to be playing with in this rotational gameplay in this save file is actually going to live in one of these apartments in this duplex. And if I'm being honest, I will probably start playing this household before like the entire save file is even completed, because you know, I can't help myself. I want to play. I make all these like cute stories and sims, and I'm like, hey, I can't just like put them on the shelf. I need to play with them now. So if you see me playing with this lot and a sim here, just know I couldn't help myself. I had to start playing immediately. Oh, also, as I'm recording this, I realized I forgot to mention one last thing of why I haven't been uploading Sims content the last few months, and that is because of everything that is currently going on with EA. Some of you might know about it, some of you might not, but there's this huge thing going around where EA is possibly selling to a company that is like across seas and whatever, and it's not looking good with who they would be selling to. I've heard a lot of Sims creators who are in the EA creator network talk about this in streams, talk about it in videos, and how just unhappy they are with the decision, but also how unhappy the whole community is, because this sellout goes completely against like everything like EA, not EA, but like the Sims specifically, I guess you could say, stands for. Like, it is the complete opposite of what The Sims is built upon, and the entire community is built upon, like LGBTQ and like just those kind of safe places. That is like a majority of the Sims community, and the buyout people are the complete opposite of that. So like, it doesn't look good. You see where I'm going with this? So with that being said, I know a lot of people are probably like, hey, like since you're a Sims creator, like wouldn't you be joining the EA creator network and everything like that? I am currently holding off on that. I am holding off on applying to that. I'm holding off on even joining it, just because I currently am not really fond of what EA is doing at the moment. With that being said, I have also not purchased any new Sims 4 content that has come out since this news has come out. And again, like the sale's not going through yet from what I know. I don't even know if it's like for sure going to go through, but it's the fact that like it is a possibility and it's looking like it will is a big problem for this community. I still love this game dearly. It is literally my most favorite game ever, but I am just not purchasing new content right now. Like, I don't have the 2 newest expansion packs or like any new kits that have come out, anything like that, just because I don't want to be putting money towards a company that is doing things that I don't agree with and that a lot of people don't agree with. So you might be seeing more CC items added to my game over time just because like, hey, I'm not purchasing any new content from EA as of right now, so I need new content from somewhere, and what better place to get it than the creators who put a ton of work into this game for free a majority of the time. I actually was thinking about doing an entire video or at least a few videos on like my favorite CC creators and like sharing some of my favorite items by them. So if you want to see a video like that, please let me know down in the comments below because I would love to do it. Or if you have any ideas for like CC related videos or anything of the such, or even just The Sims 4 in general, please leave ideas down below or any series you want to see, any challenges you want to see, because I love hearing your guys' feedback. I love working with the community and like having fun with the community and being creative with you guys. So please don't be shy, leave a comment, and I would love to chat with you. I can't believe we are 30 minutes into this video and I'm still yapping. I'm so sorry for talking your ear off for this long, but seriously, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here and thank you so much for listening to me. I have dumped an obscene amount of information onto you, and I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you watching and listening and loving me through my good days, through my bad days, through my mess, through my chaos, because oh boy, I am a handful, as you can see. But I will wrap up my talking here so you can enjoy the rest of the video and listen to some more lo-fi beats without my voice over them. But seriously, thank you so much for being here again. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for watching and supporting me. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I'm not even sure what my next video is going to be, but I promise it'll be something fun, and I promise you will see it very soon because I am back, I am feeling better than ever, and I am just so ready to get back into this. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.